We in here. We in here, y'all. We in here. And guess what, y'all? We ain't leaving without a victory. We ain't leaving without a victory. So y'all, hey, my brothers, put a smile on your face. Okay? Because Florida State, if we gonna do it then, we do it big then. Let's go, baby. I only have 2 words to say to you. No.
That's a great intro. We could add to that intro a little bit. Hopefully we get some good footage this season to where we could kind of compile to that intro, but that's a good start. Welcome back to another episode of Somebody Said Noles. You heard that right. Somebody Said Noles, not Somebody Said Pod. That's on Monday. Not Somebody Said Canes. That's on Wednesday. Somebody Said Noles. If you're a first-time visitor, please like, share, and subscribe. Get us to 50 subscribers so we can start posting on our own YouTube channel. For now, we're going to hijack the Somebody Said Pod main page until we get to our 50 subscribers. We're going to come to you every week, typically on a Thursday, but me and Pump were kind of exhausted yesterday, man. We still got real jobs, so we kind of moved it to Friday this week. But every week, man, we're going to start hitting you with a bunch of FSU football content. So tune in, lock in, hit the bell so you get the notifications when we're posting videos, and just come along for the ride, man. And as a Florida State fan, it's been a bumpy ride, but we're here to try to make things a little bit smoother for Noles Nation, especially me, because I'm the positive guy in the chat. I'm joined as always by the one and only Pumpy Johnson.
What's going on, man?
What's up, my guy? And first time this year, Jay Wills decided to join us. He's been on the show before, but he's heavy in the group chat with the negativity, and he might bring you some this episode. Our guy Jay Will, what's good, my guy?
What's going on, sir? I'm gonna try to keep it positive tonight, man.
Do you think, man?
We're gonna hit this top 20 and make it enjoyable for all the Florida State fans, man. Because we don't need no more rough rides. So,
all right. Well, since you won't start with negativity, I'm gonna throw a little sauce on it to see if it incites you to start off on a negative foot. This week, Mike Norvell was asked at ACC Media Day, just asked about his future as a head coach at Florida State, and whether if they fail this year, will he lose his job? And his response was, "I don't fear failure. I never have. I do fear regret." How do we feel about that statement? A lot of people in Noles Nation has been in an uproar. You know, anything Mike says nowadays, people try to nitpick. Do you think he answered that question correctly, or was there a correct way of going about that? Or how do you feel about that statement?
and Mike, he has to play that positive role. He has to do it because everybody we've seen what he put out on paper. The record isn't good. So anything negative, he's gonna try to switch it and make it something positive. So regrets. Like he said, he probably don't regret anything, but he needs to make some serious changes, man. He's speaking to the media, so he's saying what he needs to say.
Okay, so yeah, I think. What do you want the guy to say, man? That's how I look at it. I feel like Mike could say the sky is blue, and everybody, the sky, shut up, the sky gray today. Like they're gonna pick apart everything Mike said. Pump, you had an issue with what he said, man?
No, listen. The one thing about Mike Norvell, I think that to a man, I think that he's actually kind of alluded to a little bit over the years, the last couple of years. He knows he effed up. He knows that he hasn't performed. He's said as much out loud, which is why, like, when we talk about him, it's not like we're not saying anything he hasn't said. Mike knows that he's screwed up his dream job, right? And he's probably on the cusp of, or at the point of no return. So I think that the failure part, you can't go in expecting failure. So I'm cool with that part. the no regrets or the part that he fears regret, I think that's honest. You know what I mean? Because again, you had this shot and you fumbled it. So yeah, you're gonna regret some of the stuff that you did. That's an honest statement. I actually had no problem with it. It's just true.
That's
But
true.
if me and if the three of us, not you, if me, Jay Will, and the other hater said it, all we're doing is repeating exactly what he said because it's the truth. But yeah, I didn't have no problem with what he said, man. He was honest. He's always honest.
Yeah, Mike he's a try hard guy, but it appears this job is a little bit too much for him to handle. But in order to avoid failure this year, players it's all about the Jimmies and the Joes at the end of the day. And me and you, Pump, have compiled a list of the top 20. We started out at 30. We're about 2 weeks away from camp, so we kind of crushed it together and made it a full list of 20 players that we think will contribute a great deal in order for Florida State to have some sort of success this year. So without further ado, I'm going to put our top 20 on the screen. We're going to just kind of run through it and just dissect the list and see what we think about it. So I'll run through mine. I think we pretty much got similar players for the most part, but I'll go ahead and run through mine. Kind of stop at the halfway mark, break it down, and then close it out with the second half and just kind of break it down and then Pump if you want to do the same or vice versa. Mm-hmm. So number one player for me is Deuce Robinson. Number 2, Ashton Daniels. 3, I got Mandrell Desir. Quintravion Wisner, also known as Trey, at number 4. Usman Chroma at number 5. Xavier Chaplin, number 6. Jabril Rawls, Ashton Daniels, Chris Jones, and Rylan Kennedy to round out my top 10. Before I kind of dive into it, do you guys see any discrepancies or any players that should be in my top 10 that isn't?
No, not for me. This is a we'll get deeper into it. No, I'm cool. I'm super solid with that top 10. I am.
All right, you want me to just keep going to 20 and we'll just kind of talk through some of these players?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so 11, I got Daniel Lyons. 12, Makai Danzy. Juju at 13. 14, Javion Boggs. Nehemiah Chandler at 15. Nate Paps at 16. Andre Otto, who might be a surprise to a lot of people, at 17 for me. CJ Richards at 18. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Makai Gaber. If you go out there and make some tackles, I'll know your name because they're calling you a lot. But I got him another linebacker. Jay Will, if you haven't been paying attention to the show, we've had a bunch of linebackers. We're just throwing bodies at the problem. So I got Makai at 19, and to round it out, I got Desario Rouse, tight end, at 20.
Solid top 20, man. So essentially, you and me kind of have a lot of the same people on this list. I mean, we know who our best players are, right? I think a few names that we have switched off. And we can run through mine a little bit. Our 1 and 2, we got the same 1 and 2. Ours are switched around. Most important position has got to be Ashton Daniels, right? If this team is only going to go as far as Ashton takes it, honestly, right? If he fails, the season's going to be crap.
So is it the most important position as to why you put him at number 1, or is it the best player? Because the best player on the team is Deuce, and if Deuce goes down, I don't care what Ashton Daniels does. It limits that offense. So that's why I had Deuce number 1, because he's the best player and one of the best players in college football.
Yeah, I mean, I have Ashton is not a top 5 player on this team for me, but he plays the most important position. So again, as far as he goes, is where this season goes. Right? I think we kind of realized that in 2023. Right, Jordan goes down. As great as that defense was, it screwed us. Right, so yeah, Ashton has to do well, and then on top of that, Deuce has to do well. It has to be that 1-2 punch. My next 2 guys, I think we both had Mandrell Desir. For me, I got Desir there for a couple reasons. One, that defensive line, it has to show up, man.
Yeah.
I got a lot of defensive guys on this list, and in all honesty, and probably some of the D line guys, I think I might have had 1 or 2 on here that you didn't have. Only because I think we saw again when we were at our best, when that defensive line is solid, it makes up for everything behind you, right? When we saw Verse and Fisk and Peyton and all them getting off, it hid some of Bethune inadequacies, even though he was solid. He got everybody in the right position, right? But it also hid some of God, why am I blanking? Number 4 linebacker.
Now you got me blanking.
Clemson play, big hit. Starts with a K.
Kalen DeBoer. Not.
We'll remember it later, right? But like we knew Renardo Green was good, right? But it elevated all those, those 7 guys behind him when that defensive line was doing work. It made everybody better. So I think number 4, you got Trey Wisner. I was afraid to put a lot of the backs.
Kalen DeLoach. Sorry.
Kalen DeLoach. There you go.
DeLoach,
yeah. Kalen DeLoach.
How we all go blank.
I know, right? It's a toughie. I think so. So that's the first one where you and me kind of are a little bit different, not by a lot. You got Trey at number 4. I got Trey all the way down to number 9.
Can I explain my position?
Absolutely.
And Jay will feel free to jump in because me and Pump will just go back and forth and just over there playing double dutch trying to get in. So if you feel free. But the reason why I have Trey at 4 is because if you think about Mike Norvell and when he has success, the running game is successful. So that has to be a very pivotal part of the offense in order for us to succeed in 2026, along with Ashton Daniels. I think Ashton Daniels is going to get a bunch of carries, and I think he's built for it. But Quintravion, not only his ability to read holes and be patient, and he has that quick, may not have Sam Singleton speed, but he gets the job done, and he gets it done at a high clip. When he's healthy, the last time he was healthy, he had over 1,000 yards at Texas, so in the SEC. So, and he could catch the ball out the backfield. But the biggest thing for me is the leadership in that room. You still got young guys in that room. So I think he's going to be just as important to that offense as Deuce and Ashton in order for it to go.
So let me throw this out there to y'all too and see what y'all think. Because I see y'all have the Desirs up a little higher than Ryland Kennedy. So coming from a SEC school, being behind a couple defensive ends that went to the league, you wouldn't expect more from him than you would the Desir twins because of the maturity and where he came from.
I'll let you go first on that one. Up.
Well, I actually have him top 10. I don't know, Pump. Did you have him? Did you have the other Desir ahead of him?
No, I kind of put the twins together. They're a package deal in my mind. I had Ryland Kennedy at actually I had him down at 14.
14,
he's not,
yeah.
Where'd you have Daryl? I don't see Daryl.
He's not on there. You can plug him / Mandrell.
Oh, so are Jay? Will you just talking about Mandrell?
Yeah. Well, actually, both of them because they're both true sophomores. So, I put a lot more on Kennedy than I would on them just because of the age.
No, I think a lot of people are looking at Kennedy as the transfer from Nebraska last year. What's his name? Number 10. I think he's going to have a better year. He's a little bit more of a physical freak. He's a little bit newer to football. He was a hooper coming out of high school, so he's a little bit raw. But you look at I'm putting a lot of stock in Nick Williams, our edge rusher. I think he's a star. Our edge rushing coach. He's a star waiting to happen in college football. So I think I'm putting a lot of stock in Ryland Kennedy, but I just think Mandrell is a different beast, and with another year to grow into his body, even though he came ready, physically ready last year as a freshman. So just to take another leap, I think he's and he didn't start last year and ended up with 6.5 sacks. So imagine getting a bulk of the start, the plays out there. I think he's going to have a even better year if he could stay healthy. And the thing that I like about Mandrell and even his brother, when they're on the field, their motor don't stop. You look at a lot of D linemen and they take plays off. I've watched a lot of games with those kids, and their motor is constantly running. I don't know, Ryland's been in college for 3 years now, and I think the most sacks he's had in a season on a Texas A&M line where you're getting one-on-ones is like 3.5 maybe. So that's why I'm not putting that much stock in him, but I do think he has the potential on this team to be a star.
Yeah. I mean, again, for me, I've seen, I guess, even numbers wise, like you said, like last year, freshmen coming in, if I'm looking at what Mandrell did compared to what Ryland did or has done for his entire career, it's almost like one of Mandrell's seasons all combined into one. That's just being honest, right? Yeah. But to me, I do like the talent he has, and I think we need as much depth as possible, right? We've been saying for the past couple of years, just throw bodies at the problem, and I think you got a guy with that much talent. It's cool. Now for me, Mandrell is up this high because we do see the potential in him, and everything that happened during the offseason. Right? It was loud, it was obnoxious, it was annoying. And for me, he's high on this. Yeah, like you have to now earn that money, right? Like I'm hoping that he's up for the pressure. His brother too, right? I'm hoping that you're up for that pressure and you can meet the task, because bro, even Jabril left and came back, but not in the way y'all did it. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I think that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. So for me, you have to go earn that money. And if he takes a step forward from what he did last year, combined on the other talent that we have on that D-line, again, I think y'all make everybody behind y'all better. So that's why he's up that high for me.
Let's stay at the D-line real quick, because I see you got Juju top 5.
I do.
Hasn't done anything yet, has a ton of potential. We saw the video where he's lifting a guy on a curl machine where he's got a bunch of weights and a guy on top. That doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, borderline 5-star kid coming out of high school. We stole him from Georgia. We thought he was going to make an impact freshman year, but the Desir stole the show. I think he's a kid riding under the radar, but to have him top 5, that's saying a lot. What was your stance on why you decided to put him top 5?
Again, my top 20 is most important, right? We need to win, right? So again, if I got Mandrell doing his thing off the edge and you got Juju in the middle just eating up people, that's all he has to do, right? It's kind of like when we talk about Darryl Jackson's season, right? Stats wise, yeah, he gets lost in the shuffle. Darryl Jackson did his job pretty much all season last year. Right, he was solid. He was a consistent guy. He actually started to pick up steam. So when that defensive line has been good, we've always had a guy in the middle. I go back, even as far as the national championship team, Timmy Jernigan in the middle. That's a different kind of monster. I know that, right? But whenever we had somebody in the middle that can do his job, all them guys on the edge ate. So if Juju can do his job and you let Mandrell or Ryland Kennedy now get loose because the middle is taken up for, again, you're going to make everybody, them other 7 guys behind you, that much better. So if Desir and Juju can be all right up front, we'll see what happens at number 7. We'll see what happens with all the other guys, with Ashton Barker. They're gonna get more hands on the ball because of what them guys do up front. So I think Juju has to have a big year. And plus, we see that he has the measurables. He has that raw talent.
Yeah.
So if he can bring it all around, good D-line.
And to go back to Nick Williams, I like the fact that he takes the edge rushers and pot roast. He focuses on the interior. Hopefully that makes a difference. And
still,
what was that?
I said that boy pot roast focus on tweeting still.
Nah, he ain't been tweeting that much lately. They've been on his head. But yeah, hopefully like the multiple coaches across that D line helps with being able to develop some of these interior rushers. You want to round out your top 20 before we kind of dissect it a little bit more?
Yeah. So again, Jabril Rawls, we need that guy on the edge. To me, if he can be that Ronaldo Green type guy over there on the edge, cool. Chris Jones, please, Lord, just give us a linebacker.
They gave him number 10, man. You better if just play it. If you can play an ounce like Derek Brooks, you can't wear or Geno Hayes. Give me Geno Hayes. I'll take that.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, if Chris can be just anything, great. Mekhi Danzy, man. I got Mekhi up there, maybe a little high for some people. Somebody has to offset what Deuce does on the other side, right? We already know what Deuce is going to do. Teams are going to be focused on Deuce, so Mekhi has to step up. He has to take he has to transform from being just a gadget guy, right? Whatever it was that Gus had him doing, all them reverses. We seen him make a couple good plays down the field. I think he had six plays last year of over 50 yards. I think that might have led the nation. So cool. Now I got my running backs, Trey and Ooze. To me, they go as far as Mike lets them, right? Yeah. Hopefully we don't have that running back by committee nonsense. Let Trey get loose, let Ooze beat him up, and then you just come. It's thunder and lightning. That should be your thunder and lightning right there. So that's my top 10.
I like the fact that we kept the running backs together. Even though I had mine's a little higher on the list, Trey and Ooze, I had them 4 and 5, and you had them 9 and 10. They're both going to be pivotal in this offense. Like you said, thunder and lightning. Wear them down, Trey. Beat him up, Ooze. That's all we need to do. Throw it up the Deuce. Mekhi, take the top off.
Jay Will, you got anybody that you put in your top 10 that we don't have?
So let me see. Let me pull up mine.
He gonna shit on the whole list.
No, man. No. I mean,
because who's coaching him? So
well, yeah. Pump, let's answer this question while Jay Will gets situated. If I can get it up on the screen. Can you get that up on the screen? I can't get it up.
That's crazy.
Artistically Incredible says, "Hey guys, what is Tom Herman going to be doing at FSU?" I guess I can answer that. He's basically an assistant to the head coach, according to what they're saying. So he's going to give input on game plans offensively, and he's also going to work with Tony White, our defensive coordinator. And basically, Tony's going to say, "Here's my game plan for this week. How would you beat it?" And then he's going to poke holes in the defense. And Tom Herman's his history. He was assistant coach of the year at Ohio State, called plays for the Buckeyes, head coach at Texas. He beat us while he was at Houston. So he does have a good track record. He didn't do so well at FAU. Mike Norvell, he's not a coach whisperer. What do you call him? A coach, what do you call him, Pump? He's not Nick Saban, so he's not taking coaches off the street and cleaning them up. But hopefully he's a coach launderer. But I think it's a good addition to the staff. As much minds, as much head coaches as you could get on the staff, and Herb Hand worked under Tom Herman, so that could be beneficial. But as much help as you could get, we'll take it, man.
So Charles Lester, I'm expecting to get a little more play than what he got last year. So if I was to move him maybe 10, 11, I wouldn't be upset with it. I'm expecting his maturity level to have increased. I'm expecting him to really make a dent on that defense. But I probably would move him up between 10 and 11. What y'all think?
Charles Lester is he's on my HPB list, right? Which if that is high potential bums. Okay, he has a ton of potential. I think was he on my list at all, or was he an honorable mention when we did the 30 through 19?
No, he was an honorable mention for you, okay. But I had him maybe 25 and up, maybe somewhere in that pocket.
Yeah,
the kid is talented, man. Former 5-star. At one point, he was the #1 corner in the country. he just hasn't put it together.
No,
But with
it's
the
about
defensive change, he was already in the doghouse, kind of not really making an impact. And then we switched to a new defensive coordinator. I'm just thinking with maturity, maybe not as high as 10, but he should be somewhere in that top 15 because he has to be a backup to somebody. He has to be right there on the cusp, maybe even pushing for a starting position. But I know we got the cornerback that came in from Duke, but if they
TJ.
give
Well,
him a fair shot,
I'm gonna throw you a bone. Pause. So something that I mentioned to Unc when he had Charles Lester
okay.
during that Bama game, right? I remember on a crucial third down, Charles Lester, he was out there. You know what I mean? So I clearly
Went
Tony
right at him.
Frank saw something, yeah, right. And he was out there enough to where I forgot that he was out there. That means he
Mm,
wasn't screwing up, right?
yeah,
Might
yeah.
have been making any huge plays, but he wasn't screwing nothing up. And the one thing I think that we want to see from this team, and maybe it'll help Charles Lester going forward, is when something goes bad on this team the last couple years, the whole season goes to shit, right? So
Yep.
all of a sudden, that defensive back room, we saw what happened with what's our kid that transferred, where he was, he got into it with Mike Norvell on the field,
Edwin
Oh,
Joseph.
right?
Joseph,
Again,
yeah.
another talented guy. He should have been done, right? No way you
Right,
see that field again, right? So
right.
what does that say to the rest of your, that defensive back room? We can just get away with anything. We ain't got to work
Yep.
that hard. They don't really give a shit around here. So hopefully, you got a new attitude, maybe new leadership. I don't know who the leader is yet still on this defense, right?
There's a few guys. You got Ashton Barker,
You
who's
got
in
If
my
he can
top
be that
10.
guy, yeah, if he can be that guy, cool. And especially in that room, then cool. I can't put him in my top 15, top 20, but
mm,
the ceiling on the kid we know is high.
Yeah.
Has to put it together.
And
yeah.
for those that are watching, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I know you guys are typically watching this channel for the Somebody Said podcast, which happens on Mondays. We're kind of hijacking this page just to kind of get Somebody Said Noles going. So if you can help us get to 50 subscribers, we could go live and have our own separate YouTube channel. So please do us
Don't
a
forget to
solid
hit that
and
like
just
button.
subscribe and hit that like button.
We
Help
should
us out.
start playing the NWO music when we come in here and hijack the page.
Hey, I'm with it, man. And we cussing in here. We don't cuss on the main
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
bitch shit. Just let them fly.
Oh, just let them fly.
We don't cuss on the main page, but we cuss on here, man. We trying to get Somebody Said Noles YouTube channel going. So if you could just help us out, hit the like, share, subscribe. Still, like Breeze would say, steal somebody's phone, subscribe and help us out, man. But yeah.
One name on here I do want to ask you guys, how did you guys feel about me having Mekhi up that high at number 8? I know he's on your top 20, but I got him up there. I got him up pretty high.
I'm with it, man. I'm a fan. Actually, Mekhi is like one of my favorite players and one of the players that I'm actually looking forward to watch. The issue that I have with Mekhi is, and I'm a former receiver, not a high level, Division I guy, but I love watching the position. He does a lot of chest catching. He got to get better at his hands. There's he'll make a difficult catch, and then the easy ones he'll bobble. Like he'll run a hitch and bobble it. If he's a little bit more consistent and having strong hands at the point of attack, and just coming in and out of your breaks, outside of the deep balls and just running by guys, just accelerating in and out of your breaks. Once you get the ball in your hands, there's nobody catching him. And the thing that I like about Mekhi is he's physically strong. It's hard to tackle him one-on-one. He's a big kid,
tackle.
Former running back. He's 6'2", and you're not getting him down one-on-one. So I think he's a sleeper guy that could go crazy.
And I like it just because it gives you a weapon on the opposite side of Robinson. So it doesn't hurt to have him that high. We just need to see him put it all together. But no, that's not bad. We need him. We need somebody. We need Boggs. We need somebody. But Lopez, somebody got to step up. But we need him. So I like it.
Quick question. We got Xavier Chaplin high. Pump, you got him at 4. I got him at 6. the consensus from Auburn fans is good luck, basically. You know, he's good when he's good and he's bad when he's bad. What did you? How much film have you watched on this kid, and are you just hoping he reaches his ceiling, or do you think he'll play closer to his floor, and you're just kind of throwing him out there because he has to step up because he's a left tackle?
I mean, more than likely, he's probably going to be our starting left tackle.
No,
I haven't seen anything otherwise. So again, and what we're trying to do, and I think I got a couple of offensive linemen on this list. Period. Again, for the same reason why I have Ashton Daniels so high, right? If we want this football team to have any kind of success, Ashton and that offensive line has to have some sort of production. Ooze can't do it by himself. Trey Wiseman can't do it by himself, right? So we have to have something on that offensive line. I think your left tackle, again, Ashton Daniels is not known for being a hell of a passer. So to me, if whatever Auburn says, I feel like it's a package deal with Ashton Daniels and Xavier Chaplin. Like, I feel like that good luck is across the board, but we got to have somebody that's solidified on that line. So I got him high. It's not because of his tape. It's because we actually do need somebody on that line. If anybody's going to be good, either my center or my left tackle is going to be there, but I don't know who's starting at center. I know who's starting at tackle.
Yeah, I threw 3 offensive line in my top 20 because, as much as we're talking about these weapons, and Deuce, Makai, even Javon Boggs, the freshmen that we have in the top 30, and Jason Lopez, and our guy Devin Carter. If the front guys in the trenches aren't doing what they're supposed to do, it doesn't mean anything.
I agree with that. We saw that a couple years ago when we so-called had the best offensive line he's ever coached.
Are we talking 2 and 10?
It's the lie.
All right, back to positive.
This is a positive show. Positive show.
My bad. Come on, Jay Will. Tighten up, man.
My bad.
Tighten up. Yeah, listen. He's high up on that list, but not because of anything outside of we need him. Right. Again, to me, my side of the ledger is on a need basis. Like, we need those guys. Like you said, I got 3 offensive linemen on my list as well. We need at least majority of that O-line to at least be productive. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need them to be world beaters. Be productive.
Artistically Incredible says Trey will show up in rivalry games. Those were his best games at Texas. Yeah, we need you to show up in Miami and Florida. We got to beat them boys. So, hit that subscribe, by the way, man. I know you probably hit it for the main page, but give us a subscribe on the Somebody Said Noles page. I'm gonna be begging for subscriptions these next episode, man, so we can go live on our own YouTube channel. Any other players? I know we actually have Nehemiah Chandler at 15. I think that's the one that we both Mandrell, of course, we agreed upon, but I think that's the other one that we both had the same rankings. Do you think he come in here and he starts across from Rawls? Because I think that Quindarius Jones is going to give him a push. Quindarius is talented. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He just got to put it together. And he's been in this system multiple years. So that gives him a leg up on everything. And I think that's going to be a battle to look for. We talked about camp coming up in 2 weeks. That's one of the battles in camp that's going to be very pivotal. I think one of those guys either way are going to be on the field. But as far as the other corner across from Rawls, it's not. I don't think it's set in stone. Do you think he comes in here and takes that starting spot?
I mean, what was our guy last year that transfer? Was he from Houston?
Oh, what's his name?
Wilson.
Yeah, something Wilson. Yeah,
he was all right. He just took too many chances.
He took a lot, but I think he was the number 1 DB transfer, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, he was all right. that was just it. He was all right. And so for me, again, I think that goes back to me having Q where he was on my list. We know what we saw from him, early in his career, is just the consistency part, right? And to me, it's like I feel like you could have beat a guy like Wilson out if you wanted to. If he really puts it together, he's got the size. He should be able to do it.
Mhm.
If he's anywhere close to being consistent, I got Nehemiah up here just for what he's done on a more consistent basis than Q. But if you can push him and knock a guy out of my top 15 and start, perfect. That means, again, to me, that's more depth than we've had in a long time. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think you and me are both there on Nehemiah Chandler. Does he take it? I think just off of history of what we've had on that opposite side is why I think he probably is your starter.
Okay. All right, Pump, run through the rest of your list. I think my mouse just died. That's why I can't click on anything. Can you click on anything? Can you click on that comment? I'm assuming we have a Gator in the chat. He says, I'm predicting FSU goes 4-18 this year, 5-7 at best.
5-7 at best.
How are you feeling about that?
4-8 is a little. That's a little tough. Come on, that's going backwards from where we were last year.
Yeah.
I hated the fact that and I hate that I even know this. I was listening to Jeff Cameron, and I hated the fact that Norvell actually mentioned that. Oh well, yeah, we had a lot of games last year 5 games last year that we lost by one score. I'm like, don't tell me that, Mike. I mean, because to me, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
That means you were coaching poorly, sir. So, 5-7 is tough.
Well, I don't know. Some of the things is just shoot ourselves in the foot. Don't forget the punt off the face mask. Don't forget the bad call at Stanford where they didn't give us the touchdown. So some of these, even by one touchdown or one score, was one play or something that just changed the whole thing. So
Jay Will,
I wouldn't.
Will, you said Stanford.
We shouldn't have been in that position.
Oh, he's an FSU fan.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's Stanford. Okay, hold on. So my man, that means he's an honest FSU fan.
Is he honest though? I mean that 4-8.
4-8 is
subscribe. By the way, I'm begging for subscribers. By the way,
4-8 is a little tough. 5-7, in all honesty, might not be. It might not be too out of the box.
All right, keep talking. Let me get the schedule up because week 1 we win. We know Mike wins first games at home, big games. You get SMU at home. I think you win that one. I think you beat Virginia at home. That's 3. Then it gets kind of tricky. You get Miami. You get Alabama. You get Clemson.
Somebody said if we win all our home games, what we have 8 home games?
No.
Not that many. 6 home games.
Yeah, listen, Clemson can be beat. I'm not worried about that's not a game.
We get them at home, and we don't know who their quarterback is.
I mean, Dabo might not be even coaching by that time. He might be, still pissed off at Tyler from Spartanburg. So there ain't no telling with Dabo. But listen, the Bama game, I hope for the best. I think that's an L. Miami,
Central Arkansas, we beat them.
No, go ahead. Okay, hold on. Start from scratch. We got New Mexico State starting off.
Dub.
That's 1 win. Keep going.
SMU, I think that's a dub. It's a big game early in the season. Mike always has them right early in the season.
That's a home game too. We'll be there for that game. We'll be there for that.
So you're 2-0 going into Bama. I think you have a bye week before Bama. You still lose that one because they're trying to get that get back.
Okay, go ahead.
Central Arkansas you beat. So you're looking at 3 wins right there. Then you get Virginia at home after you were in a shootout with them. And honestly, if Tommy hits a wide open screen to Gavin Sawchuk and Deuce doesn't bobble the ball and we start a little bit better, we might beat them. But
that was a crazy I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was a
those the
crazy
one
night
players
game
I'm
where
talking
we all
about.
kind of thought something was gonna happen.
Guys, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But we get them at home. I think we beat them. So now we're what?
You guys said
4-1
so far.
What was that?
You guys said what, 5-1 so far?
No, that's 4-1.
Okay.
Then we lose to Louisville. I think we go on the road, lose to Louisville because that's a night game. I think it's on a Friday.
Okay.
That doesn't work.
Game.
We're gonna wear those white jerseys that we don't have a winning record in, and we're gonna go out there and lose.
Last time we did that, it was against Louisville. Remember, J. Trav got hurt, and Tate Rodemaker came in there. Johnny Wilson balled out in that game,
but we almost lost though. We should have won convincingly.
Yes. about to spaz out. Sorry, go ahead, guys. 4-2. Where we?
Then we lose to Miami the following week.
Now
we get Clemson at home.
5-3.
5-3. Okay. NC State. That's no, not NC State. I'm jumping ahead. Boston College. That's a dub.
6-3.
That might be their bandana game, but who gives a shit? That's a dub.
All right. I just got a question, man. How we get delusional victories?
When's the last time
we hasn't won a road game in the last 2 years?
The lies.
Hey, it's lion season, man, and I've been drinking. So
okay, all right.
I
need something to sip on.
Can I keep going? Let me finish this thing. Let me finish this thing.
Game. All right, we're at 6-3 so far, according to
6-3. Okay. We just beat Boston College. Pitt.
Right.
That might be tricky. That might be tricky on the road.
And that's at Pitt.
That's another 7 o'clock night game at Pitt on the road.
And they came in there and put belt to ass in dope last year.
And they still got that quarterback. He actually came out today at ACC Media Day and said that Miami tried to drop a bag.
Of course they did.
And they still got him. So I think we lose that one.
All right. So now we're what, 6-4, 6-5, 6-4?
6-4, and we got it. So let me ask you this before I mention the last two games. If we finish 8-4, do Mike keep his job?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we arrived 6-4 going with
NC. 8-4, but what are we in ACC play?
It doesn't matter our schedule. We probably wouldn't make it anyway. But
I want to know. I want to know what our ACC record is like. Because if we go 8-4,
we lost to Louisville. We lost to
Pitt, Bama, and who else?
You got us beating Clemson.
Yeah. So you are
Louisville
at 3 losses in the ACC. So we end up what?
And then Alabama
5-8 in the ACC.
But listen, we get NC State to close the year out in Florida. NC State both at home.
Okay.
I think we win those. 8-4, baby.
8-4, 5-3 in the ACC.
8-4.
That's an improvement.
I got us at 6-6.
The sad part is that's such an improvement, but 5-3 in the ACC is not worth keeping your job. And it's the ACC, man.
I'm with you. I still think if you go 8-4, you should still fire him. Don't waste no more time. You know, I know I'm the positive guy on the pod, but 8-4 ain't good at Florida State.
Why would we fire him at 8-4?
Because he went.
That's
5
too much
and 7.
money.
Fuck it.
Look at we ball. We're gonna start using that Tallahassee Memorial Hospital money.
Yeah, man. I mean, come
do
on,
it, man. We can't.
He's been here.
It.
And I don't want to turn this into a Mike Norvell thing because we're here to talk the top 20 players, but he's been here 7 years. And to 8-4 is like a reset button that we don't need to see what happens the next couple years. You got to do it.
It's a wrap.
Listen,
I feel like Jerry Krause in 1998. I don't care if you go 82-0. This is it.
I told y'all on the chat, if he made it through Stanford, we're not firing him. It's not going to happen if he goes 8-4.
Hold on. So you think 8-4 with 5-3 in the ACC?
Man, they gonna give him a bonus for 8-4.
Nah, 8-4, he's fired.
No
I was
way.
But
I'm
Why?
asking.
He just beat he. You just said he beat Florida
Mhm.
with a new coach. We can beat Florida when they didn't have a coach.
Listen,
So
hold on.
you got them beating Florida with a new coach.
We're gonna get back to this list, but ask the chat, right? What's the over under? If Mike goes 8-4, we go 8-4 this year, 5-3 in the ACC. What's the percentage that Mike comes back for 2027?
100.
no,
That's a tough.
no,
100.
That's a tough.
because
You need
listen
him to
though,
go
Jay Will,
5-7 or lower.
we would have not won the ACC again. We would have not made the playoffs again. And if we go 8-4 and lose a bowl game, it just leaves another stink on the program. So if those three things happen, regardless if you go 8-4 or not,
Mhm.
there's going to be an uproar, not just from the fan base, but from the powers that be that actually donate big bucks to the program. Why am I
They're not.
donating millions of
They're not.
dollars
They're
to
not.
8-4?
Yeah.
But
Even if 8-4 happens, those donors are still not giving Mike any more money. They're gonna tell you to get it out the mud, Mike. If you can get us to 8-4, get it the way you've been getting it, because you ain't getting no more money from me.
All right, negative Nancy YFT, hit the subscribe. Jeez.
man, you
Well,
can't argue.
listen,
You
I
can't
don't see
argue with
8-4
him on
either.
that,
He's
man.
right.
No, I'm not mad at it,
SMU
man.
and Florida. I mean, we lost to Florida the last 2 years, and they didn't have a coach.
Listen,
Pretty much.
that's
And
what has to happen, right? You have to beat 2 of those wins. Well, shit, in all honesty. But now if you lose 4 and you beat Bama, who else are you losing to? Because that's gonna be a shitty loss. Like you have to either beat Bama or Miami this year. You has to. Beating Clemson ain't gonna matter. Beating Florida ain't gonna matter. You have to beat
Oh, shout out to you then.
Bama or Miami this year, and I don't see either one of those happening.
I'm Breeze buddy from work.
What's up?
But you're probably subscribed to the main page. We're trying. Do you see the Somebody Said Noles? We're trying to get our YouTube page rolling, so we need 50 subscribers. So go subscribe to that as well. You're probably just subscribed to the main podcast, which we do every Monday.
All right, listen. We said 30 minutes. Let's
All right.
finish.
Oh, we're well over 30 minutes. Let's round this list out.
Yes, sir.
Javon Boggs, I think he's a sleeper. I think
Gotta
he's
stay
the
up.
third guy.
There's only 2 names on here. I think you had some that I didn't have. I had Braden Joyner on there. I don't think you had Braden Joyner on that offensive line. I think that's the transfer from Purdue.
Yeah.
I had Deontay McCray on there again, another guy on that D line. You know, to me again, just going back to when our defense was solid. You know, we had a nice rotation on that defensive line, man. Like a really nice rotation on that D line. He's another guy that's been there for a minute. He knows what he's doing. So give me the experience. My number 20, Chase Lofton, man. That's my low key sleeper.
That's the one I wanted to ask you about. Have you given up on what's his name? Now I'm losing it. Lennon Thomas. Have you given up on him? Because I think he's tight end number 2.
He's a great
Chase is a talented kid, but I don't think he's overtaken Landon Thomas.
I think Landon is a great special teams player.
Wow. That hurts.
This kid was once the number 1 tight end in the country. He committed to Georgia, decommitted from Georgia. We ended up getting him. He's been injured for quite some time. The one game his freshman year where he got to start at Clemson, I believe, he had over 100 yards, 8 catches. So the kid, he's talented if he can stay healthy and take that next step. So that's why I'm curious why you have Chase Lofton over him. I think Desario Riles is going to start, but I think Landon Thomas, he's going to have especially with Mike calling the plays. And you know how Mike is with tight ends and scheming them open. I think he's going to have a big role in this offense.
Listen, all I'm saying is since that game, Landon has been the FS of Where's Waldo. So that's why. So give me Chase Lofton as my wild card, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Jay Will, what you got? Do you see anything else before we kind of get out of here?
No, I like the list, fellas. Y'all did a good job.
And
Anybody in the comments, if you have an issue with the top 20, feel free to give your input. Just tell us it's trash. Tell us who needs to be lower or higher. Like I said at the top of the show, we're gonna come to you every Thursday. This isn't Thursday, obviously, but we're every Thursday moving forward. There will be some FSU football content on Somebody Said Noles. Right now, we're hijacking our main page, which is the Somebody Said podcast, which happens every Monday. But we're gonna try to get this Somebody Said Noles page rolling. With a season that will be very stressful, and regardless, somebody will get what they want. We'll either get Mike getting fired or we're gonna shock the world. That's all I got. Pump.
Yeah.
Close us out with some wise words, if you would.
Oh, well, it's my wise words are actually in my headline. I don't think you saw the breaking news that we signed a new 5-star recruit. Press interviews, because apparently those are really important right now, according to you and Grease.
All right, bro.
Okay.
Please go check out our new YouTube page at Somebody Said Noles. Help us get to 50 subscribers. Shout out to my guy Jay Will for stopping in. Shout out to -12 who didn't show up this week, but hopefully we can get him on next week episode. Camp is 2 weeks away, fellas, and the content is gonna be ramping up. So
Excited.
We gotta sneak into one of these practices, since they ain't gonna let us in. We gotta try to hijack it, or at least, matter of fact, I'll reach out to JC, man. Maybe he can get us a little inside information.
That's what I was gonna say. You went to the school. You was in class with C-Dub and Bunkley and all them guys. You got more pull than anybody. Work something out, man.
I'll work something out. I'll figure it out.
Maybe we get JC on a couple pods and get some subscribers that way.
Who do we do the interview at the game with? What's his name? The fullback.
JC. James Coleman.
Oh, JC. Okay.
And that was an epic interview, by the way, because P-Dub called in on that interview
while we were recording. Yes.
And Unc didn't get the pick.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Somebody Said Noles podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. Still a phone. Subscribe. What was that?
I took a couple picks.
Yeah, Jay Will says that he don't turn down picks with goats.
All right, bro. We'll see y'all next week.